So we are on page 305 in our book. This is chapter 5, lesson 5, and we are solving multi-step word problems today. Sometimes problems require more than one operation to solve. An operation is a mathematical process such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. I just call them mathematical sentences. How can I multiply by a two-digit number is still our essential question. So that's probably going to be part of the activities that we're doing. Example 1, Francis earns, why does that feel crooked? There we go. Francis earns $8 each week walking dogs. She spends $3 each week and saves the rest. There are 52 weeks in a year. How much will she have saved at the end of the year? So I like to use this strategy that the book shows. You've seen this before: understand, plan, solve, and check. What they use the whole page for, but I set it up for the word problems a different way so that I can fit it because they don't always give me a whole page per problem. So I like to circle what I understand or what I know. I'm going to circle that, and I'm going to underline what in the problem tells me my plan. That's a strategy that I use that helps me, and you can use it if it helps. So I know that she earns $8 each week, and each is going to be a signal word for my plan. She spends $3 each week, and spends and each are part of my plan because those are keywords that tell me an operation. And there are 52, let me make that better. There are 52 weeks in a year. So that's another part of what I know. And spends is a subtraction clue word, and each is a clue about multiplication or division. So I'm going to be doing one of those operations. Okay, I know that she earns $8, so that would be plus 8, but she spends 3. So she has 8, she spends, subtracts 3. That's the first part of it. And then we need to figure out that over 52 weeks. So that amount that she gets each week times 52 weeks. That's where the each comes in. Each week times 52 weeks in a year. That's the problem we're solving. This is the operation. We're going to subtract and multiply. Now first we're going to estimate. That's what they have doing here. 8 minus 3 is 5. We're going to round 52 to 50. 5 times 5 is 25. So 5 times 50 is 250. And this is the one that we need to find if our answer is similar to. That's going to be our check for accuracy. Now we're going to actually do this. They've done the subtraction. 8 minus 3 is 5. Now we're going to actually solve times 52. So I'm going to do my area model because I love it so much. 5 times 50 and 2. 5 tens, 2 ones. 5 times 5 is 25. So 5 times 50 is 250. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm going to add those up. 250 plus 10 gives me 260. So Francis will have saved $260. And since 260 is close to the estimate of 250, the answer is correct. That's how this problem is done. Let's look at our second example, which is a little more complicated. You can use a variable to represent unknown quantities. In this one, they've used a question mark. You can use a question mark. You can use a Y, an X. A letter that reminds you what that variable stands for is also handy. But I'm going to go back to what I know. I'm going to circle, not cow, what I know. I'm going to circle. I'm going to underline what helps me with my plan. Okay, Coach Murphy bought 3 boxes of trophies. I'm not going to circle anything until I find out what my question is this time, because there's a lot of information here. Each box has 45 soccer trophies. He also bought 15 tennis trophies and some golf trophies. There are a total of 170 trophies. Write an equation to describe the number of trophies that Coach Murphy bought. How many golf trophies did Coach Murphy buy? Okay, so it does sound like I'm going to get all these need to use all these because it's giving me the total number. So I know, one of the things I know is that each box has 45 soccer trophies. And he bought 15 tennis trophies. I wish I had a smaller pen right now. There are a total of 170 trophies. That's something else I know that I'm going to need. Write an equation. And my plan, part of my plan is how many golf trophies did Coach Murphy buy. So we've got one of our add-ins is missing in this. And our plan words each helps me figure out. Total is going to tell me that where that answer goes. So what they've written over here, 3 boxes. He bought 3 boxes. I forgot to circle that. 3 boxes. Each box has 45 soccer trophies. So 45 soccer trophies. And it says he bought 15 tennis trophies. So that's there. We don't know how many golf trophies. It just said some. If I don't want to write the question mark, I could write the letter G to show golf. And then the total is 170. So this is sort of a work backwards, try and figure out what, oh, and they did. They changed it to G here. And first I'm going to multiply 3 times 45. Do I want to do my area model right now? Yes, I do. 40 and 5 and 3. 3 times 4 is 12, so 3 times 40 is 120. 3 times 5 is 15. 120 plus 15 is 135. So 45 times 3 is 135. Now we're going to add 15 and G, and then we're going to get to 170. So that's my step 1. My step 2, I'm going to add 135 plus 15. My ones place, 5 and 5 gives me 0 with a regrouped 10 to that tens place. Now I've got 3 tens, 1 10, and 1 10. That gives me 5 tens with no regroup. There's 0 hundreds here and there's 100 here. So that would give me 150. So now I've got 150 plus something equals 170. And what I need to do for my third step is I need to subtract. That's how I'm going to figure out what G. 150 plus G equals 170. So 170, this is just like if you were checking your addition. You would subtract to check your addition. We've got a number here and a number here, so we're going to subtract to find that one. 170 minus 50. 0 minus 0 is 0. 7 minus 5 tens is 2 tens. 100 minus 100 is 0 hundreds. So the missing piece of my grid is 20. So Coach Murphy bought 20 golf trophies. That was a 3-step problem. That was complicated. But we got through it step by step. And that's what needs to be done on these. We break it down into each individual step, and then we can get to our answer because we persevere. Okay, Carrie has a bag of 20 bags of prizes. Each bag has 4 prizes. She also has a red bag with 13 prizes and a blue bag with the rest of the prizes. She has a total of 100 prizes. How many prizes are in the blue bag? Write an equation. Use a variable for the unknown number. Okay, so let's use some whiteboard work. She has 20 bags of prizes. Each bag has 4 prizes. Okay, so she has 13 prizes in a blue bag. Red bag plus blue bag. Okay, so she has 20 bags of prizes. So 20 bags, and each of those bags, so we've got 20 bags, each of those bags has 4 prizes in it. So 20 times 4. 4 prizes in each of 20 groups of 4. That's a better way to say it. She also has a red bag with 13 prizes and a blue bag with the rest of the prizes. She has a total of 100 prizes. So that's how that would be written as an equation, representing just what's in those sentences there. This is the words, this is the number sentence. So now we can work to figure out what B is. First, I'm going to multiply 20 and 4. That's going to give me 80. So then I have 80 plus 13 plus B equals 100. So now I'm going to do my addition. 80 plus 13, 0 ones and 3 ones gives me 3 ones. 8 tens and 1 10 gives me 9 tens. So now I've got 93 plus B equals 100. And just like if I were checking an addition equation, how do we check addition? We subtract. So I'm going to take 100 and 93, subtract. When I regroup, I'm going to get 7. So B equals 7. So when I'm going to go back to the problem, use a variable for the unknown. How many prizes are in the blue bag? That's the question that's asked. And since the blue was what we were finding, we know B equals 7, and B was what I wrote for a blue bag. So how many prizes are in the blue bag? There are 7 prizes in the blue bag. And that's how that problem is solved. Looks complicated, but when you break it down into pieces, it is not. It is something you can definitely manage. That's what you're going to do to finish the independent practice. And just to help you out, you can stop the video here if you feel confident, and then you can come back to it. I'm not going to do these problems, but I am going to help you get them set up with just blanks for the equation. So each small dog at a doggy daycare weighs 35 pounds. Each large dog weighs 60 pounds. There are 4 small dogs and 6 large dogs. How much do the dogs weigh altogether? So I know I have I'm basically doing small dogs and large dogs. And is a keyword. Small dogs is a piece of information, and large dogs is a piece of information I need. So I'm going to be adding those together. But it's asking about weight, so then that means these other numbers are going to come into play. So I'm going to do a number times over here for the weights and the number of dogs. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Number of dogs times their weight. And then when I get those two, I'm going to add them up. Okay, this is a little bit different. Susie has track practice for 1 hour on Tuesday and 2 hours on Thursday. So I've got sometime one day and sometime another day, and I need to figure out how much that is over a certain amount of weeks. We'll do the parentheses first. Okay, now looking at number 4, we've got information above and below our table. So we're going to write out an equation for each problem, use a variable for the unknown. Warren, Lisa, and Tina went to the carnival. The table shows the number of points Warren won at each carnival game. So these are some points that he earned. This is definitely going to be something I'm going to need. Tina won the same number of points as Warren. So when somebody gets the same number, I'm always thinking in my mind, so there's going to be times 2 in there somewhere, because that's double. Warren, Lisa, and Tina won a total of 225 points. So that's another piece of information I'm going to need. That's probably going to give me the answer, and I'm going to have to figure out one of the factors. How many points did Tina win? Okay, so we know what Warren won when we have to do this. So I know I'm going to be adding up those 3 numbers. And because Lisa won the same number, I know I'm going to be doing times 2, like I kind of gave you the clue over there. And I also need how many Tina won, but I don't know how many Tina won. So I'm going to use that as a variable. And that's all of that. It says a total of 225 points. Okay, so you know these numbers from the table. and then you can work backwards in order to figure out what number of points Tina earned. That's the way that one's set up. Okay, number 5. Mark bought 4 hats that each cost $8. He also bought a shirt that cost $14 and a pair of jeans. He spent a total of $68. So I already know, you'd like to be able to see that, wouldn't you? 68 is the total. Now I've got 4 hats and a shirt that costs $14 and the pair of jeans. So that's the way that problem is going to look. You're going to, sorry my pen is so big and I can't circle and let it be readable. Figure these numbers you're going to have to pull from the sentences, put them in, and then you can find the missing number there. So that's the setup of these equations. You can match and make sure that what you're doing has this sort of frame, and then just fill in the numbers that belong there. Don't forget to do the back. It's given you the frames and the homework. And thank you for all your hard work.